Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of Monster Super League. It's your boy Odin, and today we're finally going to be doing an Astromon showcase for the Zeus. As you all will see here, I've gathered just enough soul stones to pick up the first one, and I am going to show this, but I did a poll a couple of months ago, 4 months ago when Zeus first came out, and I asked the community which one of you guys, or which one of the two you guys wanted to see me get to Evo 3 first. And as you guys can see, the light one won 68%. So I am a man of my word, and I'm going to go ahead and Evo 3 the light one, even though I really wanted to get the dark one first. The reason why I came to that conclusion is because after many weeks of trying out the Apophis boss, I've come to the conclusion that you really don't necessarily need the dark one in a lot of places to make any progress in Apophis, particularly in the light and dark variant Apophis. But so I think I'm just going to try out the light one first, and then in a couple of months, hopefully in about 4 months, I'll be able to also do the dark one next. So I know it sucks that we have to wait this long, but it literally took me up until today to finally get just enough soul stones to be able to summon Zeus. I don't know if I just got very unlucky or what, but I did see a bunch of people already summoned him starting about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I know that there was a couple people that definitely had enough soul stones to pick him up right away. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and pick him up, and then we're going to fuse for the light one, and hopefully we pick up a variant of him. If not, I did have the Tower of Chaos light dungeon gleam that was variant from the level 100 dungeon that I saved up, so I will go ahead and use that gleam if we cannot get him variant from the fusion table. So let me go ahead and fuse him now that we've picked him up. And I'm not even going to go to my inbox to look at him, because if I do that, I'm going to rethink this and then I'm going to be in deep doo-doo. So I'd like to make sure that I don't change my mind. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it straight from here. I already have the Minnow or Tauren dude, whatever, already ready for this. So I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. And hopefully Nox decides to cooperate and not kill me in the process of me doing this. Alright, so there we go. One Dark Zeus and one Light Minnow. And hopefully we fuse a variant. Anyways, guys, I hope you all really leave a like on this video, and consider subscribing to my channel if you're new. I definitely think that I will be showcasing a very good, I guess, or giving you guys a very good showcase with the Zeus, because I did kind of prepare already for this a couple of weeks in advance, and I don't know what's going on here, but now I can't get out of the page. But yeah, I got a bunch of gems already ready for him. I have enough copies of him and enough gleams. And I'm going to cut the video here really quickly, because for some reason now I am unable to get out of the screen. So I don't know if that's a bug or what's going on. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I pretty much had to restart the app because there was no way it was letting me out. So let's go ahead and check out, see what diamond setup. Alright, so we didn't get a triangle on him, but that's okay. Eventually I'll probably pick up a conversion ticket and give him crit damage. If not, for now I think I might put him on attack crit rate. That way we can at least showcase the puncture skill and a couple other things in the golems, arenas, some of the dimension defense dungeons, and yeah, I'll definitely be showing you guys exactly where you can use him and how good he really is. So hopefully this will be an in-depth showcase of what he can do, and I think that hopefully you guys appreciate this and think that this is a pretty good review, worthy enough of what a light Zeus can do. As you guys will see, I definitely have all of the materials that I needed. Let me go ahead and evolve him now. And we'll get to check out his Evo 2 form as a variant. And I was definitely glad that I made the commitment to actually finish the 100 levels of the Light Tower so that I could get him to Evo 3. And the variant, of course. As you guys can see, I did actually already have the fire one and the wood one built. I did try them out in Apophis for the level of Astromon that I already have, and the fact that we just got the wood Miho, who is also lethal striker on a 3-star skill instead of the 2nd skill. I think it's okay for me to feed the wood one in this time. because I'm sure I'll be able to pick up the other ones again fairly soon, and I can wait about a month or so to pick up another Fire Zeus, since I picked up 3 Fire Mihos, and honestly, at Evo 2 they're working out just fine, so I think this will be a good investment for me to at least bring out the light Evo 3 Zeus to the mix. I will also give you guys a sneak peek at what I ended up pulling from the arena eggs this month. And you guys will also be seeing a video drop here in the next couple of weeks as a compilation of all the summons that I did during the past Heroes Festival, as well as the Clan Festival from last month, because I am going to be skipping this month's Clan Festival so that I can save money, or Astro Gems for this upcoming Heroes Festival or Heroic Festival, whatever, and for the anniversary beginning next month. So I'm hoping I'm not completely broke by the anniversary. If I am, that's okay. I'll figure it out by then. But I definitely have a ton of Nat 4s to rebirth still. I basically went through and I rebirthed close to 100 Nat 4s this past week. So, but here it is, guys. This is the Astromon that I pulled from the arena eggs this month. It was actually pretty completely out of nowhere. As usually I do the arena eggs and I never ever get anything, and I'm talking about the 3 to 5 star light and dark eggs that you pick up every month from the arena points. So definitely really good. And you know, another reason why I could let go of that Fire Zeus is because I picked up the light Glinda. So I definitely have another Gleam that I could feed her, but I think I'm gonna hold off on making her variant for a couple of weeks. I've been buying the Super Holy Gleams so I can make my Wood Miho to Evo 3 as well. So Wood Midsummer Miho, that is. Alright, so here is the Zeus. Let's go ahead and level him up. I don't have that many materials for the light one, but I have tons of materials in the wood one, so I'm just going to feed him everything. As you guys can see, I have a ton of gold prepped for this, and I definitely have a ton of gems prepped for him as well. Also, guys, I do have a video dropping this weekend as well for the Dark Persephone showcase, so that will be following up this Zeus preview. So yeah, here we go, guys. Evo 3 Light Zeus. I definitely think they need to change his box, because as you guys can see, the variant sign is right over his face. I've noticed there's a couple of Astromon that need that change, and a couple of different places that need to be fixed with the UI itself to kind of fit the Astromon, because I noticed there's quite a few of them that are still kind of a little buggy here and there, particularly in the Soulstone summoning page, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that. Exactly what I'm talking about here. When you go to the summoning tab on the Soulstones page, most of these Astromon are okay because they're smaller, and I believe that this box was made for the Nat 4s and the Evo 2s, Evo 3s, but I think since they decided to add the Soulstones for the Nat 5s, for example, most of them, their faces are going to be over the icon here. So I think they need to adjust the UI or the zoom in level for the Nat 5s at least inside the Soulstone. As you guys can see, almost everybody's got their face covered by that that tag there at the top. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and quickly show, I do have the Light Poseidon coming up here soon. I basically used copies of him to fuse my fire one, so I didn't really care. I'm already at 52 fire, 50 wood, and or water, and I think I have like 30 or something wood as well. Yeah, 32. So eventually I will pick him up. But alright, let's go ahead and pick up the gems from the awards from leveling him up. We do still need to get him to max level, and I definitely have some Nat 4s that I can release to get some more essences to get him fully enhanced. And I will definitely show you guys, in my opinion, what's going to be his best enhancement type. And this should give me, what, like 300 and something. Let me go ahead and click on it. Oh, it's almost like 480 or so, or like, yeah, like 520, 360, 180, and 60. That's pretty good. Pretty nice amount of gems there. Definitely keeping me afloat for the upcoming anniversary. Of course, guys, make sure that you do your login right now. They're giving away 6 million gold before this 6th anniversary. So that was very nice of Smart Study to do that for us, to basically prep us up. because I assume they are definitely going to be having quite a few events for the anniversary. I guarantee you, like I said, they're going to be releasing the new NAT 5. We're going to get the NES. There's going to be the Capture Festival for the NES, a great way to pick up NAT 4s that you can use to rebirth for Astro Gems. So definitely make sure you guys are buying up the chips from the Shady Shop. If you're not aware, the Shady Shop now has energy and gold every now and then, so make sure that you guys get in there and check the Shady Shop, because I've actually been able to pick up quite a few Astro Gems from the Shady Shop this past month, as well as energy. So definitely make sure you guys do that. Alright, for gems, I'm going to be stealing some gems from a couple of other mons. Let me go ahead and see what I can steal. And I'm probably going to take some attack gems and possibly some crit rate from somebody. Let me go ahead and try and see what I got here. I do want to try him out on Siphon Set as well, so I may steal a gem or two from my Beiji and from my Dark Purse, because right now I switched out all the good gems to my Light Purse. And let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Let's go ahead and do that first. We'll try him out on a attack crit rate on a Siphon Set. I think that's pretty achievable for a lot of you guys. I know there's going to be quite a few people that don't have the gems sets that you need to get yourself a really nice attack crit damage gem. But we'll see what we can do with this one. And I'm gonna have to steal 2 more gems from the Dark Persephone to make this work. This one has 19, and here's the 26th one. And I think I'm gonna need the diamond one from the Dark Purse. Let me go ahead and go to recent, because I just got her to Evo 3 a couple weeks ago, or I should say 2 weeks ago. Let me go ahead and steal this gem here. And let's grab that. And let's pick up maybe this one. Yes. Alright. So this is going to give Zeus quite a boost. He's definitely going to be pretty powerful with attack crit rate. Or actually, I guess I could try triple attack. Let's do that. Let's do triple attack first. This one's 19. This one's the 25. Yes, I know it's 2 recovery sets on that, but whatever. Let's try him on triple attack first, and then we'll go for attack crit rate. But I honestly don't think I even need to go to attack crit rate, because look at that, triple attack at 100% crit rate. Of course, 0 resist though. That's actually kind of funny. And let me go ahead and steal my Arthur trinkets from my Dark Wujin, and we'll also take that Dark Valk ticket, or the Valk trinket as well. So let me go ahead and unequip that. Let's unequip this. And yeah, I mean, I think this video is going to be pretty lengthy, guys. So, make sure that you guys stay tuned throughout all of it, because I definitely want to give you guys the best possible showcase for him. And I hope you guys stick around for the entire thing. I know most people like to skip ahead and all that, and feel free. I mean, it's your, you're at control. That you have the power at your fingertips, so feel free to do whatever you want. But if you're staying here with me, go ahead and at least enjoy and watch and pause as you go, or as I go, and see what I'm doing here. Alright, so for the enhancements, I've pretty much kind of nailed it down to what I want. Like I said, I have a ton of Nat 4s to release, so don't worry about that. I should have at least another 6,000 or 7,000 more. But I will say that because he is an attacker type, he's going to need both HP, and defense. And I think that what you guys can do is go for either crit damage and for either resist or crit resist, I think, in my opinion. But I guess let me see what way I can pull here. So we'll go with, hopefully we pull the attack enhancements first. Alright, so we went with HP. Do I want to reroll that right off the bat? Yeah, let's go ahead and reroll, because I'd much rather spend a couple hundred essences to make sure that we pick up the attack early, versus spending 500 to pick it up later, which is not very good. Alright, so we picked up percent defense. That's actually very good for him. We'll need that, but we're gonna, twice. It's teasing us, guys. There we go. Alright, so we picked up attack, finally. And hopefully this next one is also gonna be attack within, hopefully, 2,000 or 3,000 essences. Because those are the 2 main stats that we're gonna want for Zeus, for sure. And this may take a while because, you know, there's quite a few different... Ooh, crit damage. Ooh, it's really hard to get crit damage once you get higher over here. I don't know if I want to keep that or if I want to reroll for attack. Let's go ahead and keep it. Just because I really don't know whether or not we're going to pick it up down here. And it is very, very difficult to pick up crit damage in the last 2 slots. So, alright, nothing there. Defense again. And we may be here for a while because I noticed that this one likes to steal all your essences. And of course, it's giving us all the other subsets that we need. HP and defense. Oh my lord. That's the one thing that I will say. Oh, perfect. Thank the Lord. One thing I don't like is that you can roll the same thing twice in these. It really kind of kills you. And if your RNG is bad, you're basically SOL, my friends. Alright, so I'm at 5,000 essences and I'm down to the last 4. So I'm going to need to release some Nat Force. So let me go ahead and release some Nat Force for some essences. And as you guys can see, I've got plenty to throw away. And like I said, I already rebirthed close to like 100 of these guys. To get a, I think I got close to like 7,000 gems back from just doing rebirths, just recycling on the what's the guy's name? All right, so we got picked 3,000. Just recycling the Nat 4s on the what's his name? The sleeper guy that's on the rebirth table right now. I always forget his name because he's like the worst Nat 4 you can pick up from the rebirths. Alright, let me go ahead and release some more. We'll pick up a couple more essences. How many we pick up now? Alright, we picked up 150 gems and 1730 essences. So as you guys can see, that's also another way that I pick up a ton of gems, guys. I actually do get quite a few of them back. It doesn't always happen, but every now and then I actually get like 300 or so from releasing like 5 or 6 of them, and it's very nice. Tons of gold too. 1450 essences. Let me see if I release a couple. I kind of want to keep the Hanas because I was thinking maybe I should build another Hana. Yeah, I may release those ones too. Let me release the Yakshas as well. And one thing I do keep, guys, is the variants, because the variants I like to rebirth for a Nat Force that I actually do need like a variant for. Like just recently I picked up another variant Harley. Even though I didn't necessarily need her, but I went for it anyways. Alright, so as you guys can see, I still got tons of Nat 4s. Jesus, I don't even know what to do with all these Nat 4s besides rebirth them for more Astro Gems. And I kind of wanted to save them up so that I could rebirth for more gems, but I do need the essences for the Zeus, so we're going to go ahead and expend them. So this is actually a pretty good video because then you guys actually see how I get some of my gems back as well. Alright, so 2 things that we're looking for is going to be HP percent and defense percent, I think, for these now. So hopefully with these 12,000 essences, we pick up those 2 last remaining stats we need because as you guys can see, I'm just re-rolling the same freaking thing over and over again. And it is very, very difficult, and you can literally waste all of your essence in those last 2. So this is why it's very important. Thank the Lord. Whew, thank the Lord. Alright, 10,400. Hopefully it doesn't take us 10 years to get defense percent here. And I do want defense percent. Oh, crit resist again. Recovery again. And hopefully we still have some resist. We still have some essences to re-roll some of these. Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Whew. I didn't get to spend 12,000 essences on the same stats again this time around. The Persephone, no joke, cost me around 25,000 essences to get a decent roll. Alright, 12%. What's with these low rolls here? Come on. Oh my lord. I seriously cannot get past 10% here. Come on, come on, come on. Oh boy, we're going to be here for a while. Alright, I'll take the 15%. I think we can roll for a little bit more attack. Hopefully. Maybe not. 10%. And so guys, as you see, this is why you really want to stock up on your essences. You don't want to just, waste them little by little. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's perfect. It's almost a perfect roll. 420. Can I get any higher? I don't know. I think for now I'm going to stick with this. And we'll try that out. Alright, so let's take a look at his stats now that he's... oh, and I do have a skill book too. Should I use it on him? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Why not? I guess I probably could have used it better on the wood one, but why not? We're here for this. Alright, so an extra 5% on the HP boost. That's very nice. And let's just go ahead and check out his stats here. So triple attack, he's at 15,000 attack pretty much. 56,000 HP with enhancements and 5,000 defense with enhancements. On a Siphon set with triple attack, I would say that's pretty nice. I definitely will say this though, we need some more crit damage. Although the equivalent of these 3 gems here is almost the equivalent of a Ruin gem set, so it should be pretty decent for you guys to do a comparison of what attack and, you know, on a Ruin set would be like. So, alright, so now that I've got him there, I am going to show you guys what I would use him with in Arena. I think that he's going to be mainly used in your, what do you call it, the active week during the Challengers Arena week, or the Arena week where we actually have the active skill available. But I think that he is going to be pretty good in a bunch of different other teams as well. So let's go ahead and give him a try here. And we were going to... Alright, so this is just by you... If you guys see here, this is actually one of my favorite teams to run right now is the Wuchi, because there's so many defense squads out there. And I pretty much just troll people with this setup. It's actually kind of hilarious. So, alright, let's give this team a try here against the Light Purse, Dark Purse, and the Hana and the Kraken. This one, it seems like a pretty easy one, but I'm just going to pick a bunch of teams and we're going to test him out and see how he does. I do think that he is a little squishy right now. We could probably switch him with like defense attack for arenas, but I just want to see how much damage he does on triple attack on Siphon set. And I mean, he has a 100% chance to crit rate, guys, so I would say this is actually a pretty nice build for him. So make sure you guys leave a like on this video if you think that he's worth it. I personally think that he's going to be a pretty good replacement for a lot of you guys if you don't have a Fire Draka, but I will say this, he's very, very expensive. So for a lot of you guys, you know, I would say if you can pull an Evo 2 Fire Draka, that's probably good enough. I don't think that you guys need the Light Zeus. Alright, so 40,000 damage. I think he needs to be on attack crit damage. If he was on attack crit damage, he'd probably be hitting for like 150. So we'll try that out, I think. I don't know if I really want to purchase a gem slot conversion to shoot one video. But next time, if you know, for the anniversary, I'm sure I'll buy a pack. So next time that I do get it, I'll show you guys. I may redo another showcase of the Light Zeus, at which point I'll probably post again on the community, see if you guys want to see that. If you don't, I guess we'll keep it at that. But Jesus, man, this Arthur's killing me here. I'm trying to showcase Zeus's puncture here. Alright, hopefully this stuns them. And let's get rid of the... Alright, so hopefully he's out of his stun now. Alright, so he's at 40,898. And 120. Alright, that's actually not bad. I will say that the puncture is definitely much nicer on him. So, and I think that the Siphon set actually worked out pretty well because he was able to get that attack up basically on the next turn. Alright, so that was a pretty easy team. Let's go see if we can find ourselves a hard dark team. And we'll see what we can do with his damage here. Alright, so we got a Light Vic. This one looks like a pretty hard team right here. We got, this is your common team right now. The Dark Merlin with the Dark Valk is pretty OP just because Dark Valk sucks. I hate the Dark Valk right now. She's actually super tanky. Her shield is really good. And if you get like that morale boost or whatever it's called, or the heal on hit for the Super Ascension skill, oh man, you're going to be fighting her for 100 turns. It's not even funny. She is actually really hard to kill, just as hard as the Super Ascended and Trinket Up Water Persephone. So, alright, let's see how much damage he's going to do on the Dark Merlin here. 41,813. So just about the same, I think, on every hit. And he actually didn't really crit, so he didn't get a lot of energy back. The one good thing about the Zeus, though, I will say that he does recover a decent amount of HP. Alright, so let me go ahead and see if I can kill the Yuki. Probably not, but we'll see. Alright, so at least he's getting a decent amount of damage from his Siphon set. But I don't think it's enough to say that he can get it off every turn. So I think it's going to be a gamble playing him on a Siphon set, as you guys can see. But I think his puncture skill, definitely worth it. I think he's going to be really, really good on defense for you guys. I think that's kind of more his role right now, just the way that I'm playing him right now. He's probably going to be better on defense with like a full morale team in the back lane, which is the defense, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit here what I mean. So let me go ahead and change my defense team to really show what team you guys would be using him with on defense. So let me go to my defense team. And perfect, I already kind of have a decent team for him. Let's go ahead and pick up the Zeus, wherever he's at. Alright, so we're going to do the Zeus, the Emperado, who also recovers 10%. Let's throw in the Light Miho in here for kicks. And I think that's going to be a pretty good setup for you guys if you have Light Griffin with the resistance down and the morale boost, and then you have Zeus with the recovery. She recovers 10% HP. He recovers 10% HP. The Light Emperado or Imperio, he'll basically recover. So you basically have 30% recovery here, plus, what is it? So you're looking at what, like, so it's 10, 10, and 10, so it's 30%, and if you get your Siphon set to go off, you're basically looking at getting that puncture up on your, like, second or third attack. And I'm going to go ahead and leave him there at that team, and we'll come back and check out and see if anybody's attacked us and see how he does on defense there. So I'm hoping to pause the game here for a little while, and we'll see if anybody's attacked us. But we're going to go ahead and continue doing a couple more battles with him here. And we'll see what he can do. Alright, so right now I'm using him as the leader, but I think I will switch him up and we'll try a different leader skill on him. I may decide that I want to throw in like a crit damage leader skill, so maybe I'll switch the Light Yuki for leader. And then, or maybe we'll try him with that team, the Light Imperio, the Griffin, the Light Miho. Yeah, let's go ahead and give that a try. So let's go ahead and finish up this one here, and we'll go to them. Alright, so here's the Light Siren. Light Siren's actually okay, but I don't think that she's anything fancy. I actually think that you guys are wasting stones on the Light Siren if you do get her to Super Evo, but that's just my opinion. Boy, he is just getting creamed here. I think everybody likes Light Zeus right now. Unwavering Resolve, that's the skill that I was talking about. If you get Unwavering Resolve on a Dark Valk, that's going to be a really, really long fight right now. Alright, so let's see what he does for damage there. Against Taunt, that was only 10,000. That's actually horrible. So, yeah, I think that Zeus is definitely going to be mainly on defense for arenas, guys. So, keep that in mind. I don't think that he's going to be a very, very good attacker. And I think that for the investment, not really worth it. Alright, let's see how much puncture we'll do against a Shocked. So 7,000, 7,000, and 8,000 there. Okay, so not bad. I guess he's all right. I mean, if you really compare him to the Fire Draka, they're just about the same with the puncture. So I would say that he is definitely comparable to the Draka. Remember, he also has a skill book up on the 3-star skill. So you know, you guys may be looking at a couple hundred damage less than what you're looking on screen now. But I think he is okay. I think for this. So let me go ahead and switch it up. We'll try him out with, let's see, this is a pretty good team here. Let's see if we put the Light Yuki. Or actually, let's try an attack power leader skill. Let's go. Actually, no, I do want to try the crit damage leader skill. So let's go ahead and put the Yuki first. And yeah, let's keep the Light Griffin in here. Let's put the Zeus back up. And maybe another SP booster. Let's try that. I think that'll be good. Let's see how this does. Chances are that I'm probably going to be lacking the resistance down, but I just want to see how quickly we can get his skill off if you have, you know, SP boosters. Like if, let's say you have somebody like the Light Persephone on the same team, the Fire Draka on the same team, and Light Indra, who gives you 20% SP. I guess we'll see how much he can really do. Alright, so let's go with a Zeus. This is on a crit damage leader skill. He actually did less, but I think it's because that this shadow is actually pretty well built up. Ooh, it's got a force exchange. Dark, whatever his name is, I forgot already. Ooh, he is pretty powerful. Alright, so Zeus is going to get his puncture off. Come on now. I hate Nox. This is a really tanky team. I may not be able to kill it. Oh, maybe not. I mean, maybe it will. Alright, so let's see. 272,000. And he's got puncture up. Let's give that a try. Alright, that was good. We had like 28,000 there on the dark type. That was actually not bad. So I think, yeah, I think if you have a crit damage leader skill, he might actually be a very good nuker in arenas. Because as you guys saw, that dark Cupid, guys, he probably had anywhere around like 128 to 140,000 HP. And he basically one-shotted him. We went from like 120,000 to like 545. So yeah, I would say if you can roll him on attack crit damage, it would be really good for him. But you may need to use an HP leader skill because he's not going to have a huge health pool. But I will say that on triple attack, he's actually doing okay on a Siphon set. And I may switch him out with a Ruin set and try attack crit rate. But for now, let's go ahead and try him in the Golems dungeon. Do I want to try B15? He might be really squishy for B15. This is my auto farming B15, guys, if you're interested. 3 Fire Drakas and the Fire Persephone. Alright, let's see if we try the Zeus. We'll just go with basically 4 punctures. One of these Drakas is actually not very good either. So we could actually drop that Draka and bring in a dark tank. What could we bring as a... Well, let's try... Well, I guess I could bring in Dark Purse and try to just go full nuke. No, because I just took the gems out of the purse. So let's try a tank. Maybe we should try... Well, let's try the Dark Bast. Why not? Actually, no. I have Mr... What's his name here. And let's try... Instead of the leaders... let's try the defense down. And then let's throw in the Fire Draka back in here. And then we'll see how much damage we can do with this team. And hopefully we don't die. And we'll see how squishy he really is, if he's worth it or not. Because I think this is a good way to see what really he can do, guys. But yeah, for enhancements, guys, I basically went with just HP, percent defense, and then attack, and then crit damage. Because he definitely needs the crit damage to really take advantage of his 3-star skill. Yeah. So far, I think overall thoughts, guys, I think the Zeus is definitely a little bit underwhelming for my liking. I definitely think there's some better Astromon that you guys can use. As you guys can see there, look at that. The dark, I forgot to show you, but my dark Cernunnos is on attack crit damage. So that's why he hits so hard. And he is on a Bastion set too, so, but look at that. I think this is going to turn out to be a Dark Cernunnos showcase for a lot of you guys. Dark Cernunnos has the immunity or the Undying buff, which helps you survive a turn. So, yeah. Alright, I mean, he's able to wave clear just fine on a Siphon set. This is B11, so I think that it's definitely worth it. I mean, so far he's filling out his bar just fine. I definitely think it's worth it, guys. At least for farming, I think that he is a good farmer. I mean, he's at 1,000,000 damage, so let's try this. 1,000,000 damage. Let's go ahead and see what I can do. Yeah, so about 500,000 damage a turn. That's not bad at all. Alright, let's see if we can try the Undying Volition. And maybe on the next turn, I'll do an auto of B11, and we'll try him out like that. And then if that works, I don't really know if I really want to try him on B15 because I actually think that he will die in B15. Wow, he did like no damage that time. Alright, let's see what we can do now. Yeah, he didn't really hit that hard. I mean, this is, you know, the golem though too, so The light golem actually has like somewhere around like 600% defense or something like that. It's some ridiculous number, like 2 million defense total or something. So, all right, what do we get? Ooh, defense. All right. Speaking about defense. All right, so that's pretty much golems. I think that he's definitely a good wave clearer. And we'll try it again one more time on auto. I mean, I know that I definitely am a little bit overpowered right now because I am running 2 Drakas alongside of him. Yeah, I guess we'll see what we do with him. Let's try him maybe on the Dimension Defense dungeon. I'm definitely not going to be able to showcase him in Apophis, guys, because I already did my attacks for the day. Plus, it's also really late for me. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to run that, so we'll leave it for the next time that we want to showcase the Light Zeus. Let's try him in the Dimensional Defense dungeon. And let's take out this Fire Draka and let's throw in the Zeus in here and see how much damage he does here. And we'll see if we can just do it on auto too. So let me go ahead and throw him in here. Oop, wrong Astromon. Alright, auto, let's go. Anyways, guys, I know this is like a really long showcase, like I said, but let me know in the comment section down below if you appreciate this, if you like this, if you think it's too much, if you'd like me to cut the video and make it shorter, because I can definitely do that, I think. At least cut out bits and pieces where, you know, we're just stuck on the loading screen or whatever. Or I could just basically slow it down so that you guys only see the damage that he's doing. I would say, though, that my other 2 Drakas are on attack crit damage, and they're basically doing the same amount of damage as the Zeus on triple attack. So I think that it is a pretty good showcase for him as far as Evo 3 damage goes. As you guys can see, he is filling up his SP bar fairly quickly. I do think that he is definitely squishy. So I think that maybe for the majority of you guys, if you are going to use him anywhere in farming, I think a Gem of Bastion set is probably going to be his best set on attack crit damage. You're definitely going to want to get some crit damage substats though if you run him on that, and try to get at least 40% crit damage the way that I have on my Siphon set. I know it's going to be difficult for you guys, but I think that, you know, for the majority of players, if you are picking up the Zeus, you're more than likely mid-game to end-game, set like me. So, but I will say this, that it is definitely a heavy investment. So, do I give him an A+? No, I would probably give him like a 3 out of 5. Just because he does have limited use. As you guys can see, he's only going to be used in like farming and in arenas pretty much. And if you are playing him in arenas, like I said, you kind of want to use him in a similar composition that I am using right now with like the Emperado, which gives you attack down so your enemy is not killing you in 2 shots. You're definitely going to want to use him with either a light Miho, a light Griffin, you know, somebody that's got resistance down and you can shock the opponent. At least enough turns to get Zeus to use his puncture skill. So you're basically going to build him almost the same as you would your Fire Draka. And I think that if I were to compare the Fire Draka with the Zeus, I think that the Fire Draka still beats the Zeus because the Fire Draka gives you an extra 5% SP boost. But I do think that the Zeus beats out the Draka in damage because he does have 4,000 base attack. So higher attack than the Fire Draka. A little more squishy than the Fire Draka. Also much more difficult to get than the Draka because it does require 4 months of farming. And if you're unlucky, it could be longer than that. So, you know, give or take. But I think that he is okay. I'm not going to lie, like I'm kind of disappointed in him slightly, mainly because I really did think that they would give him the 100% puncture, but they did not. They only gave him 85%. If they were to give him the 100% puncture, that would actually add about an extra like 10% damage, which definitely would boost him, at least in my point of view, in the level of want or need from a player. So like, you know, if you really wanted to get Light Zeus, that extra 10%, you know, 100% puncture would be ideal for him. And then I would actually say, okay, yeah, guys, you know, it's a lot of Nat 5s to rebirth to pick up an Evo 3 Fire Draka. So yeah, just wait 4 months and pick up your Light Zeus for free, you know? So I would say at that point then the Zeus is definitely a good investment. But I think that for now, the Fire Draka is going to be a cheaper mon for you guys to get. in the short run because she can be used at Evo 2. Of course, the Light Zeus can be used at Evo 2 as well. I mean, I don't know. I still think the Fire Tracker still kind of beats him out just a little bit. Just in utility. Also, the leader skill is definitely a bit better on the Fire Tracker because the Fire Tracker has HP, whereas he's only giving you crit rate up, and you can basically cheese this with no problem. As you guys can see, you can pick up, you know, triple attack and be 100% crit rate with that, no problem. So, but as you guys can see, you're doing the Dimensional Defense dungeon here with no problems whatsoever, and I'll let it run this one last time. And then I will maybe try him out in arenas a couple more times, and I guess we'll see if anybody's attacked me yet as well. But yeah, I do think his best place to be used is going to be in arena, so we'll do a couple more battles there. But yeah, I think I'm pretty at least excited the fact that I filled up one more slot on my Astro Guide. I'll definitely be excited to do the dark one more, I think, than the light one. I'm only doing the light one, guys, for you because a lot of you guys voted to see him, because a lot of you guys were thinking about using him instead of the Fire Tracker, because, you know, the Fire Tracker is expensive. I mean, if you want to get her to Evo 3, you know, you're looking at wasting 12 Nat 4s or Nat 5s. Granted, you have enough gleams for it. If you don't have enough gleams, you know, it's still very, very costly. So I think that if you guys picked up one Fire Draka and one Light Zeus, I think that should be more than enough. I think his attack animation is just as fast as the Draka. As you guys can see, he's actually slightly faster. So I think he is definitely worth it. He's definitely going to be good on like a team with Yuki and Griffin as well, because the Griffin's attack is super quick, Yuki's attack is slow, so that means you'll stun your enemy, and then Zeus's attack literally falls right in between those two, so his second attack, or the lightning, will fall right after the Yuki's stunned most of your enemies with that shock. And as you guys don't know, if you guys don't know, shock also reduces the enemy's defense, so if you hit a mon that's got shock on it, you're going to be dealing a little bit more damage to it. So I think with a Light Griffin and Light Yuki combo, the Light Zeus is definitely a good mon to use as an attacking team. But for the majority of the times, I think we're going to be looking at Zeus on the defense team more than anything. Alright, so these ones, nobody's attacked me yet, so I may have to come back and post that later. So keep an eye out on my channel if you guys want to see some Zeus attacks, and I think I will do that. I'll leave him on my defense team, and I may just release like a quick short 10-minute video of him on defense with that team, and just to see, you know, what he can really do on defense with a morale boost team. It may also be worth it if you guys use him with like a complete like four-person team of morale boost, like Light Shiba, Light Imperio as leader, Light Shiba, the Light Miho, and the Light Zeus. That may be a pretty good team because you'll have your Shiba recovering you know 10% HP and SP as well. And you know, at that point, yeah, you could definitely run him an attack crit rate or attack crit damage on a ruin set, because you'll be able to get the puncture off basically every, you know, 2.5 to 2 to 3 turns. So, and that was actually a pretty good crit hit right there, 66,000 on a crit damage leader skill. So I think that was actually very good. And now let's go ahead and use this. And the Arthur is now officially dead. And as you guys can see on my second turn though, Zeus already does have his puncture up. So, but as you guys can see, you know, from 66,000 to 264,000, he did around 200,000 damage there. And those were some pretty tanky mons. This team was actually pretty tanky, so I think it's actually pretty good damage for him then there. I don't really know if it'll be worth it for me to switch into attack crit rate just to put him on a ruin set, because we're basically already rolling at 40% crit damage with that, you know, with the siphon set. So I think I'm just gonna showcase him like this, guys, because if I go to attack crit rate, I'm actually gonna be losing out on attack, and I'm still gonna be using the same amount of crit damage because I don't have a triangle on him. So, all right, we'll try him on a couple more turns. And maybe I'll showcase him a couple more times in the golems, just so you guys can see him for a little bit longer. And then I'll let you guys formulate your own opinions. Let me know in the comment section down below whether or not you think he's actually worth it or not. Because, you know, my opinion may be completely different than yours. You may want to use him in a completely different setup than I will. You may also want to decide that you want to run him on a pugilist set. And I honestly think that pug set would actually be really, really good if you put him on a defense team. Like if you put him on that team that I mentioned with like the light Imperio, the light MS Miho, you know, if you put him next to the light Shiba, I think he would actually be very, very good. So, especially on a pugilist set, he might actually be like a really good stunner. Next to like even like a light Griffin and light Yuki, you know, you'll basically have a full team stunning all around. So, it could be worth it. Let's see. He's basically gonna die now. So, but you know, feel free to pause the video, guys. You know, check out his damage, how much he's doing every hit. I definitely think that he's doing quite okay on an attacker team, but I definitely would like to see a little bit more from him. But I think his main use, just from his overall feel right now, I'm gonna say that he's gonna be mainly used on the defense team more than anything else. So. This is actually a pretty hard team here. The Dark Merlin, Wood Indra, Fire Arthur, Persephone team. This is actually a very good team. This is a very underrated team right now. I do see it being used quite often in the top like 100 of arena players every week for challengers. But I do think that every single one of these mons needs to be fully booked in order for this team to work. Just because, you know, they need to be super tanky, and the skill books really do make a huge difference when it comes to Arthur landing that 2-turn stun, when it comes to Indra landing his thirst and stunning you as well. So let's see what we can do for damage here. Alright, so he only did 28,000 damage, and if you look at my light Yuki, she's pretty much comparable to his damage right now. So I will say this, I think that it's a little bit underwhelming for him, for the damage that he's putting out. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Get rid of those shields. Alright, so at least we got the shields down, and then let's see what we can do with his damage. So 28,000 to 90 with no crits. Oof, that was painful. That was painful to watch. Let's try it again. 253. Alright. But as you guys saw, my Fire Draka did more. She's also on a Ruin set, and I think her gems are actually crappier than his. So, might not be a good... I mean, it also depends. You know, arenas is really tough to tell, because arenas, some mons have really high defense, other mons have a higher health pool than the, you know, and everybody's built a little bit different as well. But I think that for the most part, this is a decent showcase for the Light Zeus, and hopefully you guys are at least enjoying it or taking it with a grain of salt. Like I said, personally, I'm kind of meh on him. I would give him a 3 out of 5, like I said. So, but I think he's definitely okay. Is he going to sit in my box as a trophy mon? More than likely. As you know, about 50% of the Astromons in the game right now are basically trophy mons. But I do think that he does have a role or a place for a lot of you guys that maybe don't have, you know, a lot of nukers, or you're looking for another Astromon to use for damage. But as you guys can see, you know, that some of these mons are really tanky. The ones that have like double defense, I can tell he's only doing like 20,000 damage. But for other Astromon that have, you know, HP defense, or I mean, Astromon that have HP defense, he's actually doing okay. Okay damage, I would say. Alright, puncture one more time. Let's give this a try. Come on. 100, that was like 12,000 damage there on that one. Ah, I want to do it again. That's okay. No big deal. Let me know what you guys think about my team, guys. I mean, I know I have some pretty beefed up mons, and I'm probably, you know, a little bit better than most in arenas. I know a lot of people have actually been struggling with arenas, and I agree with you 100%. I think that for a lot of beginner to mid-game players right now, arenas are really, really unbalanced. I think it's the one place that Smart Study really needs to focus on in the next like year or so. I think that they need to come up with some better arena or different type of like PvP for players. I definitely think that they could do something like the what do you call it? They released that the new league, not the Challengers League, but there's another league. I'll go back to it here in a second. But they could do something like that, where it's like a knockout mode, like you enter a queue and 10 players get in, and you basically live play against somebody else. I think that if they did that, that would be really cool because. I mean, yes, you run the risk of like some players like going AFK and then like hoping to like waiting for somebody else to like basically quit the game because you're not attacking. But I think that could be easily solved if they were to make it like a timer. Like you get like 1 minute to attack your opponent. You know what I mean? So like that would actually be really cool. And leave a comment in the section down below if you agree with me on that. But I think that would actually be a very much better way to showcase a PvP versus just fighting against the setup. Like I like the fact that you can basically log in at any point in time and just fight a team that's on that list. But if you were to basically actually fight against somebody in a team, that would be so much more fun. So smart study, if you're watching my videos and hopefully you didn't skip out on this part, I will give you guys that great idea. Run a PvP new event in which players like actively live interact with each other when you guys are fighting each other, and you only get like 30 seconds or a minute to do like your attack against that team. I think that would be a really new and really good way to really like make use of your Astromon, and also really to make sure that the people that you're fighting with are actually there, because I noticed that there's a ton of teams in arenas that have just been like of players that no longer play the game. They've been basically left there for months and months and months or a year or so. And like, I don't know, I think I fought at least 1 or 2 people here and there with the same team composition from like 2 years ago. So I think that it's time for a change. Oh, look at that crit, 72 against that Dark Gilgamesh. So sorry, Dark Gilgamesh, you just got raped. I probably shouldn't have said that. Hopefully I don't get banned, but yeah. It's just gamer lingo, guys. It didn't mean anything by it. It's a game. Don't take it too seriously. Oh, he is definitely squishy, as you guys saw there. I mean, it is, I guess, 2 courageous strikers, though, so it is what it is, but easy cake from most of my teams. If anything, you guys can use this as a showcase for the Light Indra as well. And just so you guys know, my Light Indra is on attack crit rate on a pugilist set, and he does have some pretty nice attack and what do you call it, crit damage as well. So let's see if anybody's attacked me since I loaded him up. Nope. Alright, well, I think that's okay enough for showcases on that. I really wish that the Tower of the Tower of Chaos was open like for the entire month, because I would love to show him in these levels too. So smart study, here's another tip. Stop graying out the Tower of Chaos after we complete it or get our awards for the month. Like, leave it open, because it'd be nice for people to just come in here and like use that as a way to showcase their Astromon. Like, it makes no sense for me to have 100 Astromon in my inbox, but I can't use them in anything. I think that if you guys made it so that once you complete it, you can go back in and still clear some of that stuff, like you make it like free energy, just to come in and try them out. I think that would be very nice. But yeah, all right, so we'll go ahead and try him in Golems. Let's see, everything else here is I think it's gonna be pretty difficult for him. I don't want to use him in that one. Let's try him maybe on B14. B14 might be a good one to show him in too. Why not? Let's try it here. And do I want to auto battle it? Sure, why not? Jesus, oh, I've never done auto battle on my what do you call it here? On Nox apparently. All right, let's see if this does work here. We'll see how he does against the B14, because I think in B15 he might get crushed. I mean, we could give him one try in the B15 just for kicks. So we'll do that, I guess, after this one here. But this is definitely a very long showcase, so I think this should give most of you guys a pretty good impression of the Light Zeus. Or at least a decent amount of footage. That way you can make your decision. Do I go for the Light Zeus? Or do I save my Gleams and use them, on a Water Valk? Personally, if I was building between a Water Valk and a Light Zeus, right now I would say build a Water Valk, because the Water Valk can be super ascended and super evoed. And the water valve can actually be used in Apophis. She's actually pretty broken right now for Apophis. I wouldn't say she's the best nuker. Like, I would say that a water bath is kind of comparable to the water valve Evo 3 Super Ascended. I mean, obviously, most people are probably going to build the water bath instead of the water valve, but I will say that, you know, if you're just looking to fill out your Astro Guide, sure, build your water valve. Why not? I mean, I will say this, though. So far, he's doing pretty well. I mean, he's surviving no problem. He's at 2.2 million, the same as my other Draka, who is also on a Siphon set. So he's slightly less damage. My other Draka also does not have any books, just so you guys know. But I will say that, so he's only doing about 200,000 or so less than the non-booked Draka on the Siphon set. So, but as you guys can see, it's pretty good damage. Oh, you got stunned there, which sucks, but whatever. I mean, at least he survived. And will I survive this turn, though? I guess we'll see. I know my 2 fire Drakas will. He's gonna die. Yep, Zap's gonna kill him. Oh no, he survived. Yay, Undying Volition for the win. Alright, perfect. So there you go. At least he survives on auto B14. Like I said, I think he's going to die on B15, so let me pause that. We'll go back to the Golems, and let's try him on Golems B15. Because he's also a light one, and he is the only light Astromon, I think he's going to get basically targeted by the first team. I could try and put in another light Astromon here too, I guess. But then I'll be losing that Undying Volition. I could drop on one of the Fire Drakas. Let me see, who do I have on as a light mon that could be a good tank? I honestly don't have that many good tanks. I guess I could put the light. Let's try that. Let's put in the Light Cupid. Light Cupid's a pretty good tank. We'll try that. All right. Hopefully he doesn't die on the first turn. I mean, if anything, this is going to be a good light showcase for the light. What's his name? Light Cupid. Light Cupid's actually really broken. I built mine up basically as soon as I got him, and I have never regretted it. The Light Cupid really is really good. With the Zeal, he's actually pretty broken. And look at that, comparable damage, 94,000 to 78,000. You know, I would say that's pretty solid. And there we go. At least they have all their SP bars full. Looks like the Zeus actually survived by the skin of his teeth and did not do enough damage to wipe out the wave, though. As you guys can see, B15 is really tough. B15 actually, like, the mons themselves have a ton of health, and they are pretty tanky. I mean, look at that. Zeus has hit like 840,000 damage, and they're all still alive. So I'm actually glad I brought in the Light Cupid now, because he's able to tank half of the damage that the Light Zeus is taking. So, alright, let's see. Can I get my SP bar full for the Golem? Alright, so they were able to clear it, and look at that. Zeus actually did a pretty decent amount of damage there. Obviously I'm leaving this on auto. I'm not touching anything, so we'll see how well he does. Hopefully he doesn't get one-shotted here. Alright, they went for the Dark Cernunos, so I think that saved me. I should be able to kill it now. Granted, I don't die anytime soon in the next couple of turns. Nope, I should be able to kill it. So look at that, 4 million damage in a couple of turns. I think it's pretty good. And they still have Undying Volition, so he should survive. I think that if you're not going for time, this team would work. But for somebody like me that actually runs for time, not the greatest team. But 4.3 million damage, auto mode successful with a Light Cupid. Yeah, it could work. What was my time there? 2 minutes. Oof, that's horrible. And I think, just so you guys know, my time on that is a lot quicker than that. I think it's Nox. It doesn't really save out the times whenever you join on a new device. You know, every time you go on a new device, you basically have to redo your time. But on my Apple iPhone, I know that I can clear B15 on that, 3 Fire Drakas and the Fire Persephone team in like a minute and like 10 seconds. So yeah, Maybe a minute and 30 seconds. I don't remember exactly what it is, but close enough to that. But anyways, guys, I think that's it for this video. It's already been way too long. At least you guys got to see him in the arenas, and you got to see him in a lot of other places as well. The Dimension Defense Dungeon. Apex Battles is what I was talking about before. I think that the M Smart Study can find something else to show him in. Or a better arena place like this, you know, where you can just basically do like a knockout mode fight against other people. Like a ladder game or something. That would be really nice. I guess I could do the Rift of Chaos. Hopefully I don't lag, and see how many points I actually get for him too. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and take out, who could I take out here? Let's go ahead and take out the Water Indra. I don't think I really need him. Let's put the Light Zeus, and we'll see how much damage we can do with him. Alright, let's go ahead and save that layout. And you guys can see here. By the way, guys, I've been seeing a lot of questions on the world boss. You know, what's the best way to get damage, Odin? What's the best way that I can increase my attack power, Odin? It's really, you know, the way to really succeed in world boss is going to be to just go full triple attack on the Dark Astromon. Dark Astromon have a like 1.2% or 1.2 times points compared to a light one. So or the RGBs. So I think that if you're really looking for points, you're going to need to build Nat 4s that have, you know, a decent amount of attack, and they have to be dark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh god, I'm lagging. Did I get it? I lagged. That was horrible. Hopefully I got it. It said excellent. I don't know if I got it or not in time. That's why I don't do World Boss on Nux, guys, because it does lag quite a bit. And unfortunate, because I'm actually trying to get points this week so I can pick up that Super Holy Gleam next week. I actually have enough points to buy the Super Gleam right now, but I'm trying to decide if I want to get the Super Holy Gleam. Alright, so what did I get here? I mean, I think I did get it. It said excellent. And where is the Light Zeus here? I don't even see him on the top. There he is, number 9. 1.183 million with 1 skill book. I would say that that's okay. I think that if you fully skill booked him, he would probably be sitting right above the number 3 where my Dark Griffin is. But he is a light type, like I said, so you're going to get less points. I think that the dark one might be a better choice to build first, guys. So my recommendation as an ending state and remark, dark one first. I don't think you necessarily need the light one. If you have a fire Draka, you don't need the light Zeus. Light Zeus can wait, and you guys can fill him up as you go for the Astro Guide. But yeah, okay, so I'll end it up right there, guys. Thank you very much for watching this stupid long video. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe to your channel if you're new. Oh my lord, yes. Ending it on a good note. Look at that gem. That is a sweetie. And I'm sure everything will go into flat recovery, like usual. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Leave a like on the channel, and subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you all in the next video. Take it easy.